according to plan? How thought it was going?
I thought he was going to be a bit more colourful, a bit more chirpier. He kind of got going towards the end there, but like I said, I couldn't care. I don't really care what he was going to say. I don't care too much about what he was going to say today, because for me it's about Wednesday. I'm getting the job done, putting into practice what I've been learning. That's all it is, and then walking off back home to my wife and kids.
There's been a lot of talk from both of you about this fight isn't for Lexi, it's for money, it's about just getting it done. Do you still feel that way?
I think for myself, I acknowledge that it's a great day, but at the same time, me as a sportsman, is who I am as a man, I don't want to take a backward step. And he's talked so much rubbish over the years, I just want to get it done, you know. But I knew in the build-up I had to do something different compared to last fight, and that's what I've done. Gone to the trenches, done all I can, tick the boxes, and I feel like it's going to be enough, you know. So Wednesday night we're laser focused on getting the job done.
There's a bit of reference to last fight, Sonny, but you know that was 3 years ago. Ring rust, is that a thing?
Well, I've done a lot of sparring. I'd say close to 100 rounds of sparring. So we're ready, you know. He's 43, I'm 40. A couple of weeks after the fight, so it's going to be one of those ones. I think one word that I've heard thrown around is that it's going to be a scrap, and that's what it's going to be, you know. I think probably this is the first time in my career where I've actually thought, oh, there's an actual fight that I'm keen to have. It's not like a sporting event, you know. Maybe that's because of the build-up, maybe that's because of the rubbish said between both of us. But on Wednesday night is all that matters. As soon as that light goes on, bell goes, you're going to get it on, you know. Hopefully not I think he said a G-string or something. You know? Holy heck.
Sonny, why is the fight going to be 2-minute rounds instead of 3-minute rounds?
I think basically because there's been no drug testing involved on my part. You want to get me off the couch after 3 years when I've heard a lot of rumours. Well, this is how it's going to be. But to be honest, the more we've done it, the more I've trained it, the more I actually think that it might be in favour of him, because he's fought, I think he's had 3 or 4 fights, which are 2-minute rounds. I've never done it, you know, so to imply that I might be scared in a way, or after my 4th fight, I fought a 10-rounder after 3 weeks prep, being fully fit against Botham. So all my fights have been 3 minutes, but that was primarily the reason why.
Did you buy into Gal saying that he doesn't have game plan?
No, not at all. Not at all. He's a person that can't be trusted at all. So yeah, it's just all mind games for him, and that's what I was expecting. He's from today and tomorrow. Like I said, I thought he'd be a bit more colourful, but it is what it is.
You remember the last time you and Gal were in the same room?
No, but I remember being on TV once when I actually caught him out when he didn't like it too much. It's kind of like, you know, the bully, when you step up to the bully and you say some home facts, some home truths, and he gets all riled up, and how dare you say that to me. You know, the common denominator with all his fights is it's been personal, and it's been about him, where the fighters that he's come up against have said this, and they've made it real personal and done that, and how dare they say that, and I'm just another guy, you know. So but for myself, yeah, like I said, I don't look at this as a boxing event, I look at this as a scrap.
Do you genuinely really dislike it? Like the way
I genuinely don't dislike anyone or hate, you know, what's been thrown around, but there's more to this fight. You know, I want to beat this guy, I don't want to beat him down. Just because he said a mad statement up there, you live in a glass house. It's rich, very, very rich. You know, coming from a bloke like him. You know, I know I'm not perfect, but I've done a lot of work on myself to improve my character and myself as a person, as an individual. So when I hear someone someone like him speaking that or pointing the finger at me, I find it quite funny. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's a scrap, it's a fight, but this will be fish and chip paper in a couple of weeks. the reality is, I'm not. Boxing isn't my life. Rugby isn't my life. I'm my own person. I'm my own man, and I strive to do things and live in a way that through purpose and improvement and that type of walk that type of path. So this doesn't come easy to me talking smack about someone. So I've kind of just try to stick to factual points. But at the end of the day, as we've seen how he fights, he's a really bloody fighter too. So I've got to be ready to get in there and mix it and be prepared for anything that comes in it. Sweet.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.